The following program is rated TV MAL. It contains strong language and is intended only for mature audiences.
I don't even know what to say right now. We are live on a Tuesday. I don't know if I should be happy or I don't know. Anyways, we're live. I'm your host, the Appalachian American, and it's the men's room. Joining me as always, my right-hand man, the author, David Applegate.
The left-handed right-hand man. G'day. How's it going, friends and fans? Welcome to an odd time for the men's room, I know, but try new things.
It's weird.
It is.
I didn't know you were left-handed. I'm sorry. I always say you're the left-hand man, but that's because Tommy.
I thought you knew. That's how you said it.
No, I always said you were left because Tommy was right. You know, whatever. Anyway, last but not least, Channel Dad Brian Leib.
What happened to the other cool units?
I don't
They
know.
weren't funny enough. Nobody was laughing. Come on.
Yeah, my main computer has decided to not completely finish its booting process, so I'm on the backup machine.
Don't scream. Don't yell. Calm down.
I can't hear myself, so I don't know how loud I am.
Oh, dude. Hang on. I'm bringing you down some.
How
Because you showed up, I
loud
thought we could do an audio
am.
check.
Talk.
I was here before the show started.
Yeah.
I'm trying to gauge by
10
the
seconds.
size of the circle around my
I wouldn't.
amplitar.
Don't do that.
Okay.
Look,
I'm adjusting your mic volumes from here.
Okay. I'll just talk normally then.
Yeah, good. So, Tuesday. A lot of stuff's going on. We're gonna get kicked off of YouTube for probably what we're gonna say tonight, but man,
Can we sing the song from the 80s? It'd be awesome.
what's that?
Well, we'll get into it later.
Okay, because I don't know what you're talking about. I was born in '89.
It was a parody song to the tune of Barbara Ann.
I think I know this, but I don't know.
All
Anyway,
right.
So what's up,
Well,
Late?
just-
Like, how's your day?
It's been okay. About 5 minutes ago, I started sneezing. So if I suddenly mute and go blow my nose, you'll know why. That's why I sound a little sniffly.
Yeah.
But the work crew is getting closer. They're putting the roof on the screen and porch. They've done everything but put up screen. But
Nice.
apparently there's wood paneling. I told my wife we can burn all this winter to stay warm, so it's nice. So it got cold, and we still have the same stupid electric heat pump, which I'm convinced if you live north of Tallahassee, they should be illegal.
A heat pump?
Yeah,
Why?
because below 40 degrees, they're useless.
Really?
Actually, I don't even know if it's that low. It might be more like 45.
You got a bad heat pump then. Mine works great. Knock on wood. So, David, how are you? What's been going on with you?
Well, I launched a merch store, but perhaps a bit too soon. I haven't got all my artwork in yet. Still waiting for those sales. Still time.
What kind of merch? Like t-shirts?
I haven't
Coffee
got any
cups?
t-shirts yet. I got some coffee cups. Some, not all. I'm
What?
gonna
Drop a link.
make a
Drop a
few
link
more.
in a private chat. Let me pull it up. Let's check your merch store out.
Oh, hold on. Oh, jeez. Where's my links? Oh, wait. I closed the tab with all my links. That doesn't help, does it?
Oh no.
Well, I needed the memory.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I feel
I'll be bebopping.
Beep, boop, beep.
I found out that a lot of my bebopping isn't because I'm running stuff in the background. Well, it is because I'm running stuff in the background, but it's not because of the internet. It's because of memory.
Oh,
Mm.
Yeah, it keeps activating my SSD and like, contrary to popular belief, it's not as fast as people make it out to be.
Well, let's see here. Bringing it up. Hang on.
Yeah.
Go. Share screen. Still need to pull up Rumble. I haven't even pulled up Rumble yet.
Yeah.
World's best writer mug. Coffee time. Fantasy author. What's the K for?
That's the symbol. That's Cade, the primary character in my book series.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What's up, Anime Night?
Oh, sorry I'm late. People are stupid, and we nearly got hit
Uh-oh.
by a semi.
That's not fun.
Yeah.
And that's dope right there, man.
Ooh, that's
Get you
nice.
a coffee mug. David's merch shop.
David's merch shop, everybody.
Now, guys, these are US made, not Chinese made.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Color
Which is
option.
why
You ain't got no green?
nope, they don't come in green. They haven't got green.
That sucks.
I have to go with a different company for different colors.
Oh, okay.
So they went. It's annoying, but that's why you see a lot of shops with like green coffee mug, blue coffee mug, red coffee mug, because they're all different because this is just from one source. Right?
Yeah.
If I go with a different color, I have to go with a different source. Some people hide their sources hide that fact by listing everything individually.
I'm digging it. I like it.
Same if I want a larger cup, I have to go with a different listing for a larger cup because it's a different company. Same with
11
the tumblers.
ounce. Okay, so it's about the same. That's about the size of my coffee cup that I use now.
Yeah.
I need, dude, that's cool. Like, we need to talk about setting up I want to do like coffee and gaming, like mugs.
Yeah, I can give you the links to what you need.
Cool.
Need to do.
Now,
the problem is, these don't do affiliate deals. Otherwise, I'd say, question mark, the men's room, get X 10% off. It doesn't work like that.
Right.
I have to pay and go with a different provider and set it all up in order to do that. And I don't have 40 grand lying around to set up a professional Spotify.
Oh, sure you do, David.
Yeah, don't have the money.
I feel you.
Yeah. A lot of people say, "Oh, but you're an author. You should have a lot of money." Actually, I would be a multimillionaire if it wasn't for.
That's what people say. People say it. You know, not me. I don't say it. People say it.
Yeah, people say it. I was bankrupted by my government over 300 grand.
People say it. Yeah. Some people
they took
say
the land left to me by my father.
Nice.
Yeah.
Dr. Cravenels, hey, did we switch days? Yes, we did. You need to check the group chat more often. But you can get you got a link. It should be in your email if you want to join us.
Yeah. I was like, oh, sweet, I'm going to make it. I'm going to be on time for this. And circumstances happen. And I'm like, fuck. That's why I told David, look, that's why I told David to tell you, hey, look, just start without me. I'll join when I join.
And I said, and I said, it's okay to be late, wash your face, get a coffee.
You said, "Oh
relax,
crap."
chill out, so you're not stressed from immediately coming home.
No,
Yeah.
I really wanted to come home and be a part of this because
Yeah, no. It's I understand, man. It's my break too. You know, we all got to take a break.
Shout out
luckily this is.
to
Oh,
Rumble.
go ahead.
I see 3 people watching. What's up?
Yay,
Speaking
Rumble.
Speaking of taking a break, I love the artwork you did. That's my ideal writer's room, man. Go down the stairs, get to the desk.
It's almost done. I just gotta animate 2 more things in it, and it's done. I have the skull flying around, and then I have the lights flickering, like just to make it spooky and everything, because it does happen in the witch's house.
Which is
I forgot. In front of the book, David, I put a sword right in front of it. So
yeah,
and the little thing by it is on the left side of it is a crystal. I decided to make it look goofy and out of this world.
Well, that's cool.
Seth goes, "Where's the shotgun? Where's your shotgun, man? You gotta have a shotgun in it."
Where's the shotgun?
Oh, believe me, if I could add a shotgun to it, that would be cool. But
after
looking at everything,
yeah.
Oh my gosh, dude! So Primetime Alex Stein just uploaded a video 36 minutes ago. Alex Stein joins Gays for Palestine at Plano City Council. Oh my gosh!
What's he want?
Oh no!
What does he want? Free frying lessons? Does he know what the people of Gaza do to homosexuals?
No, he doesn't.
No, he thinks it's Israeli. That's right, because they think anything we say about Palestine is just Israeli talking points.
Dude, what in the world?
These people are lucky we just insult them and not do Minecraft stuff to them like the other countries do. So if I was in that group, I would be thankful I'm in America.
Yeah,
I can take all the insults I want, at least they're insults, and not be in another country where they can Minecraft me, like Minecraft the character out of.
Oh my gosh! Hold up, here we go. We gonna watch a few seconds of this because I know.
Okay,
I know YouTube ain't gonna like this.
Do it.
Speech with a beautiful song.
You look so ridiculous. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what a leftist looks like. I know it's a parody, but deep down, this is what they really look like.
Uh-oh, did that glitch up for y'all?
It glitched.
Dang it.
Look at it. Beep up boop.
Beep up. There's too much. Hang on, let me drop off some.
Or maybe YouTube's already taken it down.
Maybe. Dude, it's too funny.
It goes a little bit something like this.
I mean, he is a troll.
Gays for Palestine. Put sex on my mind.
This dude's too much, man. That dude is too much.
He's not gay.
Yeah.
He's just pretending.
He's just pretending, yes.
Oh, yeah.
Now, the Liberal Hive Mind did a video earlier on the fact that the left are freaking out that Hamas attacked and did some Minecraft things to women in the desert. And they're going, and like, they just totally ignore it. Like, the majority of the Democratic Socialists of America, aka the Bernie bots, are ignoring the fact that their so-called freedom fighters rape women.
Grape. We don't say the R word.
Rape women. They
in Minecraft.
Okay, is that better? Yes.
In
they
Minecraft.
Minecrafted women, yes, and took them back to their caves.
Man, we're gonna get kicked off YouTube for this one.
No, but see, a lot of people don't realize that all these loudmouth activists in the streets, they're just fundraising grifters. Okay, the DSA, Bernie Sanders mob are nothing but grifters. They find a cause that outrages Americans, that goes against Americans, and they run around using the First Amendment to protect their grift. because all they want to do is hate.
Yep. Also,
They
to
hate
anybody
America,
who
too cowardly to leave it.
actually, to our wonderful friends who are gay, lesbian, and all that, you should just hang out with us. We're the most friendliest people on the planet. Yeah, we banter and everything, but you would feel welcomed here than in any other place on earth. Personally, I rather surround myself with good people than these wacko activists who aren't for the best. They aren't in your best interest. They are not. They say all this horse shit, but in reality, it's like they're just counting that green. They're like counting that green, like, when do I get paid? How much am I making for this crap?
Yeah.
That's all they really care about.
What are you talking about? We're all pandering. It doesn't matter. So their comment section's hilarious. Somebody posted, as a gay Palestinian, I approve this message. Then somebody said, as an even gayer Palestinian, I second this important message. And then somebody else commented, as the gayest
that is
Palestinian,
a beautiful comment thread.
I and all of my roof-loving friends give our approval.
Oh,
absolutely.
Wow,
absolutely.
That comment section's fire. That is the best.
This is the most beautiful example of freedom I've ever seen. You are a warrior for his prime time. You get the timing down. The way a guy said time, you made him part of your rhyme. Gays for Palestine. Michael Jordan of Trolls, what a legend. Culture jamming. Pimp on a blimp, caring for all this happy people. That's really what it's all about.
Really playing the ass in Hamas. Oh my God.
Should wear a parachute next time for safety.
Oh no.
This is a masterclass in not giving an F. The flag's attached to the hat, dead. Great as always. If there would be Gays for Palestine organization in Gaza, they would have to move to Israel. I don't get it. Prayer to all the trans kids in Palestine. My God, why am I laughing? I'm going to hell. They must get happy when they see Stein pull up to the podium. That's as X-rated as you can get at a city council meeting.
No, imagine if he did this at the school board meetings. Oh, that would be great.
Oh, he has before.
I would push it further. I would sit there and read all that crap in front of them, really scare them.
I love him, but not in a gay way, just to be clear.
No homo.
Oh my gosh. Dead Man Walking, next tourist attack is going to be up your behind. But seriously, you should dress up as Gay Muhammad.
Oh, no.
Somebody commented, free Alex Stein. Thank Allah for you, Alex. Oh, God. That's good. That's good. Good stuff. Oh, man. I love Alex Stein. He's so funny. Dude. Dr. Goldman says roof loving. Oh, man.
That comic section was beautiful.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for real.
I love freedom of speech.
Yeah, dude, it's hilarious. So, speaking of Palestine, do we want to jump in to this, what's going on in Israel, Gaza, and all that stuff?
Personally, I'm kind of mad that they really went out there and did all that. It's like, hey, America, help us out. We're like, if you had not read the paper, Biden's planning on giving $100 billion to Ukraine. Get in line.
Look,
yeah.
I feel bad for what's happening out there. I honestly feel bad. Don't get me wrong. I feel bad for all our good friends, including I'm not going to name names, but I'm good friends with them. I feel bad for them, and
Yeah.
they're out of this argument. So I'm like,
Look,
all right, I won't. I'm not going to badger or anything. I
You,
respect.
you know who
that.
I feel really bad for? Vladimir Zelensky, because he's not getting any more money.
Yeah.
About fucking time, because I'm tired of seeing all that billions be like, where's this going?
Wasted on a war
Wasted,
that could have been over
Dude, he's like,
months ago.
dude, he's the fucking fat pig of greed you ever seen.
War profiteer.
And it's like,
mate,
I want another 67 billion. Fine, we'll give you 100 billion. Can I have
Russia
200 billion?
He spent. They've spent more on Ukraine than Russia has, than anybody else has, and like, America spent more on Ukraine than Russia has spent on its war, and like, you got to ask yourself, how is it costing us so much?
Dr. Carvanel says, I think he's got enough.
I agree. Shoot, if I had $67 billion, I would be set. I would not get another job. I would not get another job. I would invest it in some good things. Yeah. And I could just retire early.
And Americans don't even blink as Zelensky's wife stops off at Cartier's and buys $1 million necklace. Don't even blink.
If I were the person selling that necklace, I'd be like, and you're buying this with the money, didn't America just give you this money? Why are you spending it on this?
Yeah.
But that person would be fired, never heard from again, and probably blacklisted at every other jewelry store place.
Well,
they do that. There's a few people I know who work in that industry.
I just saw a post, and they're talking about how the majority of the world recognizes the Palestine, right? None of you fund it. None of you go there. None of you will let them in because they're a security risk. Hey, Egypt, why don't you open up your borders to Palestine? You're all about free borders when it comes to flooding the West with immigrants, but you put up a fence against Palestine.
Egypt, I love you for the mythology and everything, but your government sucks.
No, the people,
plain and simple.
80% of Egypt sucks balls, man. They support the mugs in Palestine.
If they didn't have the Giza pyramids and the pharaohs and everything, I would not give a shit.
None of these people, Saudi Arabia, they don't fund. Iran, why don't you take in the Palestinians? Oh, because it's their land. No, it's not. It's high time people woke up and realized that the so-called Palestinians, they're the colonizers. They're the invaders. They're from the Crusades. They invaded Jerusalem. They took over. They're the Ottoman Empire. Then that's where they're the Roman Empire. They're every imperialist known to man. Okay?
Yeah.
How is 6 million Israelis a threat to 55 Islamic countries? Because they do not want one non-Islamic country. Full stop.
Yeah. BLM Chicago posted the stupidest thing in the world. I'm not even talking about the picture they posted. It's the comment that they wrote in with it that makes no sense. So this is the picture that got posted. I stand with Palestine. And it says that is all that is it. What?
Well, they're speaking more.
You know what? Replace the flag with the American flag, and then it would make sense.
They're talking about
the American flag on the parachute, and there you go.
Okay. They probably saw a picture of the Hamas paragliding off buildings into Israel over the border wall, and they went, "That's all it is. That's it, man. That's all it is, man. Like, smoke some more weed, man. Like, these are the people who don't graduate high school yet continue to collect education payments up until they're 18. don't attend a day in their life of class, can't speak English. Yeah. But
Yeah, dude, it's kind of
they call
retarded.
us ignorant hillbillies and they can't even speak English proper.
I wonder if Nancy Pelosi's going to kneel for Palestine.
Well, probably on
I
both
wouldn't be
knees.
surprised at this point. I would not be surprised if they all did. I would not be surprised.
So little Chucky Schumer's
because they already
upset that,
kneeled for everything else.
yeah, people are asking which government is Chucky Schumer in, Israel or America's?
Oh God! Actually, there's no debate with that.
If people after 50 years haven't woken up to the fact that Chuck Schumer's an Israeli agent, now you understand. You fucking wake up. People don't understand.
We're gonna get 86.
Palestine will go away as soon as you
pretty
stop.
much.
Yeah, pretty much. Palestine will go away when there's no money in it. Okay, this is a shakedown. Palestine every year attacks Israel on a Jewish holiday.
Oh, yeah.
This is nothing new. This is just a big one because Iran is flexing its muscles. So we're imperialists for helping Israel, but Iran, oh no, that's a regional power. Just like China claims Taiwan. Might as well go all in. There were hardly any Chinese in Taiwan until 1622 when the Japanese started the what was it? The sugar industry, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Brought the Chinese workers over.
It was I believe it was the sugar industry, one of the two.
Yeah.
But it's so stupid though.
Chinese and Korean laborers. Yeah, even though Japan left and the Chinese because the bottom fell out of the market and Japan couldn't keep up the government of Taiwan because they never made Taiwan a province of Japan, even though the Anai people of Taiwan are the same ethnic people as the natives of Okinawa and parts of Japan. They are the same people, the Noi Indians.
Yeah.
Who see, most Japanese today are descendants of Koreans, not Japanese. A lot of Taiwanese, up until 1622, were descendants of the same peoples.
I agree.
The natives.
On top, go ahead, David. Go ahead.
Sorry, if you want to talk about native disappearance, Taiwan, southern Japan, and parts of southern China. What about native rights for those people? None whatsoever. They do not support the independence of England. No. You say, what about native rights for the English or the Scots? No, you have to be European. You have to take in the rest of the world. You have to look like the rest of the world. That's not diversity.
Can you imagine how many people we would be pissing off right now?
India doesn't turn around and say, "Oh, we want to look like the rest of the world."
Dude,
no.
I got an ad for because election season is coming, and I got an ad yesterday, and it was talking about how diversity is our strong point. Yada yada yada. Don't you want to live in a world of like tomorrow? And I'm just like, dude, go away. Like, ugh.
The world of
sending it back with like dog crap smeared on it.
And also, David, they also got mad at us for congratulating the female president of Taiwan. China's like, hey, America, don't you dare congratulate the president of Taiwan. It doesn't exist. Like,
and then John Cena got on and was like,
and then later he's like, he was ready to prepare a speech. It's like I am so sorry to the people of China. I offended you.
I saw you, China. Sucky, long time, $5.
Yeah, that's the one. No, China says,
stupid,
hey, North Korea, you can have this one.
Yeah.
You got to play the Donald Trump button.
Huh?
You got to play the Donald Trump one.
Oh, yes.
Which one?
Donald Trump don't trust China.
I'm gonna come.
China.
Oh, dude, I don't have that one anymore.
Oh.
Oh,
Dude, I haven't had that in a long time. I forgot all about that one.
Oh.
I forgot all about that one. But I do got this one.
Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Love me some
basically 98% of Twitter is that person.
Yeah.
She heard "look at that booty" and knew it was her. It was like, hey. She wasn't offended.
That's because she's like self-absorbed.
Yeah.
But she
until
gets
she
offended.
found it. Yeah.
Until she gets offended that someone's like trying to break through up. It's like, help me, I'm scared. You're not scared. You're in your apartment. You're not at the office.
Yeah. No.
Oh, where did eat the rich? She wears the Eat the Rich dress. $15,000 Eat the Rich dress. Totally unironically, of course.
Yeah, to the
at a
Met
rich
Gala.
Yeah.
That only the rich
she's
go
got
to.
10 million in real estate and claimed COVID payments.
Right.
He is a landlord, people. But no, it's all right when the Democratic Socialists do it because we're kind and friendly as we throw people out on the streets and force up.
I thought you were going to say off roofs.
Yeah. No, ASC isn't that far gone yet. Though I'm pretty sure the other squad members are waiting to throw her off a roof one day.
Probably.
In Minecraft.
In Minecraft. Thank you.
Thank you, Minecrafters. Thank you, Minecrafters.
I'm glad Minecraft exists, like the video game exists, so that way we can just say everything and blame and just be like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this in Minecraft later on.
I mean, if we didn't do it, we would be saying like Grand Theft Auto.
That too. We could fall back on that.
Or Carmageddon.
But then again,
Yeah.
if people get so offended by our opinions, they should just debate us. Be like,
go to Gaza.
We're
right
right
here.
here.
One opinion.
We're right here.
Or get
Come
thrown off
debate
a roof
us.
in Minecraft.
We're right here. Keep it civil.
Yeah.
Keep it civil, and we'll happily.
Isn't
We're
it amazing
gonna
that
whoop
people-
we're gonna whoop your butt in Mario Kart.
Yeah. All these people who claim to love diversity, up until you disagree with them about anything. Diversity,
Precisely.
except of opinion. Isn't it amazing that the people of Chaz 3, did you hear about that? They want to fundraise for another Chaz.
Oh,
Oh
How
God,
ironic,
not
right?
again.
These
Yeah.
people.
But the thing that people forget about Chaz is that all the anti-gun activists were running around Chaz with AK-47s. Last time I checked, that was the Minecraft boom boom stick.
Actually, somebody should surround David Hogg with like Second Amendment stuff like memes and everything. They should just show up wearing like Second Amendment shirts and be like,
What?
"Hi, David Hogg."
Because he'd be sitting there like, there I was.
Yes, there I was.
There I was.
The thing is,
and all they did was just debate me. They traumatized me with their pro Second Amendment talk. They just offended
Here
me.
you go. Palestinians claim to be oppressed people. Let's compare them to America. Seth, can you own a machine gun?
Nope.
Palestinians have machine guns. Hey, Seth, does world governments come by and deliver you free food?
Nope.
Palestinians get fed by 28 countries from around the world. Hey, Seth, do you have NGOs show up at your doorstep every day to rebuild your house if it gets blown up?
Nope.
See, Palestinian ain't oppressed. They're pampered babies enacting out violence because it gets them stuff. Stop giving them stuff. Start giving them violence.
They could just wake up the next day.
What did Christ say? He said doing other fucking others.
Oh man.
Hello,
we need another Andrew Jackson.
Find me mugs.
We need another Andrew Jackson scaring the bankers out with another role. Like, get the hell out.
Oh yeah, this is another bankers' war, absolutely. But as what's his name? I forget his name.
Oh my God! Could you imagine Teddy Roosevelt's face if he saw how many trusts there are in this world? He would go insane and break out the 2x4 again.
As Mr. Peyton Bell said, the former British Lord, said, society is a farce. We fund both sides of the war. Wake up.
I wish Britain would get involved with us. It's like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah, I think it was Peyton Bell, one of the Philby Five. One of the reasons why they so-called middlemen of the world, they fund both sides of the war. Both governments, lots of governments, including Russia and China, all deal with them, all hide their little dirty secret. That's a big club. George Carlin, it's a big
you
club
ain't in
and
it.
you're not in it.
Yeah.
But looks like Justin Trudeau ain't going to be in it for much longer. Isn't it funny?
Man.
Nobody's cancelling India for saying Trudeau has the gays. Although I can't seem to find an article for it, so I'm not sure if it's true. But somebody told me that India called Justin Trudeau gay, and I'm like, really? Are you sure?
That's funny. Huh.
Might have been a commentator on. See, the problem is it might have been a commentator on Indian television, which means it won't be translated. Oh no!
Man.
It was the National Secretary of India on Monday.
Oh, okay.
That the Trudeau liked the gay activist, therefore he must. Yeah, the Sikh who was killed in Canada was gay, and Trudeau liked him. Said the BJP leader. Therefore, there must be a connection between the two. So yeah, he called him gay. He called Justin Trudeau gay.
Dang, dude, there's a massive wildfire in Argentina right now. Dude, this is crazy.
Yikes.
Hold up.
Yeah, 98% of them are started by activists.
Dang, dude.
Well, beautiful. Such a beautiful country.
Look at the size of it.
Oh, especially the houses in the back.
There's a war on.
The houses in the back.
This is what happens when you take climate change off the headlines. Somebody goes out and makes one.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you just got to get out and paint your house blue.
Or you could put Oprah's name on the house, like Oprah visits here. Do not attack.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Paint your house blue.
Yeah, and cut down all the native trees because Hawaii.
Yeah.
But do you know what causes most fires? Arson. Second one, not backburning and clearing the forest of debris. What happens when a lot of debris builds up? Well, you have decay, and eventually some hippie with a campfire will set off a brush fire because they're too lazy to put a ring of rocks around their fire and clear away the debris and put their fire out and bury it after they're done with it.
Well, we'll just call them. We'll just call the military here. They'll be here to help us.
And you wonder why we haven't won a war in 75 years. Grenada doesn't count, people.
Where do they get these masks, like the dog mask? That's kind of funny.
China, they're made in China.
Oh my
God! You get it from Temu.
Ladies and gentlemen, to our wonderful veterans out there, this is the military now, and honestly, I feel very embarrassed.
So
My grandfather is rowing in his grave right now.
So in Britain, the Labour Party is holding a democracy speech, and when trade unionists were fighting with the Palestinians, guess what? The Labour Party is made up of Jews, Palestinian activists, pro-Palestinian activists, and unionists. So when the Jews and the pro-Palestinian activists started fighting, the Labour Party had the dissenting voices kicked out, aka the Jews kicked out. The very founders of their party. The pro-Palestinian activists, yeah, they're not. So British Labour Party is not for the British people, but people of other countries. Isn't that wonderful?
17 hours ago, Chechen leader Ramazan, I don't know how to pronounce his name, was ready to deploy Chechen troops in Gaza.
Yep.
What does that mean?
I have no idea.
I don't know how they get them there.
Yeah. Look, people don't understand this. Like, I can understand the tightrope Russia's walking, but things are getting out of control in Russia, and you have too many people trying to take advantage of every war to push their own little agenda.
Gotcha.
See, Putin's trying to paint Russia as a big house, and the Chechens and the Muslims as good Russians. And what do? Because Russia's not pro-Palestinian, anti-Israel, or pro-Israel, anti-Palestinian, okay? Russia pushed the two-state solution, right? You have your side of the fence, and you have your side of the fence, and the two shall never cross, right? But the Palestinians aren't happy with that. They want everything. They're an all or nothing people, okay? They don't want peace. They don't want a piece of the cake. They want all the pie. And Russia doesn't seem to understand that or want to acknowledge that. That's fine. But sooner or later, Chechen's going to be another thorn in your side, just like Azerbaijan and the Turks and all the other little regional assholes that are remnants of the Mongol/Islamic Empire. They're all empire builders. That's all they care about. They don't care about civilization. They care about power. They're happy to be goat herders.
So what's the deal with the dude that jumped in the 9/11 memorial?
I haven't seen
you guys
that.
heard about this?
That's new. That's new.
Yeah, I was just watching that video. I don't know. It looked like he cut himself because he was bleeding.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
Apparently, he survived.
Like he jumped down into it, like wading through the water, and then he just goes and lays down.
I mean,
he's gonna fall. Ouch.
See, there's blood.
Oh
gosh.
That's a lot.
Holy crap.
Yeah, I don't know how far down that goes, but one of the comments
said it's 20
rumbled. Yeah, said he broke his leg, but he was arrested, survived.
What? He didn't get Minecrafted? No. He survived. He only got his 5 minutes of attention.
Ooh.
They said it's a 20-foot drop. That's weird. That's really weird.
See, the problem is people think the solution in the Middle East is binary. Hate one, love the other.
Yeah.
Why can't we just say both sides did a boo-boo, let them fight until the last man standing, and then drop a nuke on them?
Yep.
Well, it's how many generations now? The they were kicked out of
That's like
Jordan.
1,000 years.
What, in the 19th century? I mean, that area was Transjordan.
Yeah.
Was it part of the Ottoman Empire? And then it collapsed.
Yes.
Then the French had part, and the British had part. And the British
Yes.
fought the French for it or something in the 19th century. These were people that didn't have a homeland, because there'd been talks about a home for Israel for long before World War II.
Yes.
And then they're kind of pushed aside. I get it. And they fought against the British in the 30s, I think, before World War II.
Yeah, that was
But
the Israeli.
they're not. They have a longer border with Egypt. If they try to get into Egypt, they will get shot.
Yep.
They
That's what I mean.
They're not allowed anywhere else.
No,
and Israel
countries...
is the only country that kind of, sort of, at least pretends that maybe we can be one country or something. And it's like, and in the meantime, all the other Arab countries are more than welcome to get them to kill lose their kids. They pay them.
Yes.
And it's like, how many generations do you need to see that no one in what you consider your family, Arab world, wants you and just uses you as a pawn? It's just ridiculous.
Not just Gaza, it's Israel too.
Well, I know that, but I'm just saying that a lot of Israel's reactions they're the reactions to being invaded and other things, right?
Yes.
And we can, I mean, it's amazing how much 19th and early 20th century British diplomacy we're still cleaning up. And this is one of them.
Now, another problem is the hypocrisy of the Arab, okay? They keep saying, Europeans, get out of Arab land, that Israel's our land. And nobody seems to, except for a few voices like myself, say, fine, get the fuck out of England, get the fuck out of Germany. Round up all the Turks who raped those children in the Netherlands and hang them. No, we're not allowed to talk about that. You can go to jail in England for talking about rape gangs, for naming rapists.
Well, they in England, they took off the racial statistics because of where it was coming from, all the violent crime, all the knives, the stabbings and all that stuff. The gangs going around. Yeah, there's no-go zones in Britain, gangs. Sweden. It's I agree. It's
deploy the army to defend the native Swedish, yet they won't they won't kill them, they won't kick them out, they won't do anything other than ask them politely to leave. And I have seen footage of them setting fires to the cars, giving middle fingers to the cops and leaving.
Yeah.
They have been given carte blanche to be evil, because that is what the left is. They think evil is their right, that it is freedom to be evil.
Yeah. So, but yeah, it sure seems to me that if the Palestinians and Israelis said, you know what, we're going to be one nation, you believe what you want, we'll believe what we want, we're going to have a real democratic society, they could own the Middle East in a generation.
Yeah.
Because everything else, there's a lot of wealth there, but it's concentrated in a handful of people. If they combine, if they combine and were a real industrial force, they could own the Middle East in a generation.
Yeah, because the majority of Arab states are lazy.
Yeah, and they're too busy being distracted, fighting one another.
But the problem is, it's not just their leadership; it's raised in their schools. The Gaza schools is just Arabic indoctrination, right?
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, they're trained from a young age to be cannon fodder for the Arab world, and that's what they do. And then you're surprised when Israel strikes back. Now, granted, I know Israel does sometimes provoke them, but it's the kind of the whole point. It's like, what is it in the Count of Monte Cristo? Everyone's kings or pawns, right? These are all pawns of the real people running the world, and they can't figure it out.
Yeah, Israel is a puppet state of the Rothschilds. And they're not just in New York, they're in multiple countries, all competing against each other. They see war as a competition because they're not fighting it, they're not losing their kids, and they lose no money because no matter who wins, the weapons are already paid for.
Yeah, they financed both sides and have since the Napoleonic days.
Yes,
Even
they
before.
did. Yes,
Yep.
well, Napoleon was the first time a Rothschild bank was named. Before that, it was just, but it goes back. Who were the viziers who advised the Moors in the invasion of Spain? See, the people don't understand. Rothschild means red shield in German. It is a
Yep.
name created in 1883 to protect war criminals. Another name invented in that time was Sugar Mountain. If you know German, you know who I'm talking about, Mr. Facebook.
Yeah. Zuckerberg.
Who got $1 million allegedly from his parents, another $1 million allegedly from Goldman Sachs. Well, that's probably true. But he also got 117 million from a Russian billionaire. Nobody talks about that. Russian collusion, anybody?
Yeah. Well, no, and I think that was why in many ways the American Revolution was such a
It was a farce. It was funded
well,
by
it was
Napoleon
a poke in the
Rothschild.
eye of the European aristocracy, and why they tried to undermine it. Right.
It was funded by the same people who founded the Jacobins.
But they went against them, and so
yes,
I think that's why they tried to. They've been trying to undermine the states almost immediately.
Yeah,
and then you get
same as in 1930. They funded a certain little upstart in Germany, and when they lost control of him, and he seized their banks, they immediately went to England and said, "Here's the money."
Well, and I think Alexander Hamilton was their stooge, and then
not just Hamilton, Adams,
and then when Franklin. That went by the way, this is why you had such for over 100 years you had battles back and forth between do we have a national bank, do we not have a national bank? Because Andrew Jackson got rid of it, and then he got shot, and then Lincoln fought against him, and he got shot, and
what a coincidence!
Yeah. I mean, he gave us sort of this.
Reagan wanted to limit their power. He didn't want to get rid of them. He just wanted to limit the power. Nixon just wanted to bring back gold because he realized that was a mistake getting rid of it, and he got impeached.
Well, they removed. They first got rid of Agnew to get his vice president out of the way. They went him in charge, so they gave him Gerald Ford, who was a stooge. Well, Kennedy again. He gives us the silver certificate, fights against the bankers, gets shot. Yeah, there's a history there. So I think that's in part why, even though based on the same Enlightenment movement, the revolutions in Europe went so much differently. The French Revolution.
But the Enlightenment movement was infiltrated by the proto-Marxists.
Yeah.
Who were basically Rothschild stooges. Look at Karl Marx. He lived his entire life getting £1,000 every week in the mail. That's like saying, "Hey Seth, you want $1 million a week in the mail?" No.
Yeah. Well, didn't he live with a friend of his?
Yes. Friedrichs was his main benefactor, but not the only one.
Yeah. He just sponged off of. Well, that's basically what his whole it's his whole philosophy, right? You living off the wealth of the middle class.
Yeah, that's right. You're either a grifter or a chump.
Yeah. So and I want to know what they're distracting us from, because now all that's in the news is this conflict going on. We don't have Biden's. Apparently, he's being investigated for all the secret documents that he had illegally. There's talk of
trying to blame Trump over leaking of nuclear documents. Yet
we're not talking about when does Fauci's trial start, and then today. Did you guys see this? I forget which province in Canada it was, but one of their MPs or whatever their governors are called had a public apology video, and in a press conference for saying that the unvaccinated were treated unfairly and they were right, and if there were government workers who were fired because they wouldn't get the vaccine, they can come back to work. And and I kind of I don't know if she's serious or not, but trying to get out in front of the public.
We just got spammed.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, hey, we'll pray for you in Kenya.
But
hello, good morning, watching from Kenya.
So it's like, what are they distracting us from?
Right.
I mean, the war in Ukraine,
Well,
becoming more and more widely known, is just a what do they call that? The money laundering scheme.
Oh,
I don't know, but they're hiding something.
Remember, in 1936, what did America do?
I don't know.
I wasn't around then.
I wasn't born. Yes, you were late.
In 1936. In 1936, they started construction of warships. But what people don't understand is a decade before that, they were building all the slips. America only had like 12 slips. Then by 1942, they had over 100 operating day and night. Well, isn't that what you're going back to? Isn't that what Biden wants to do? Start building ships?
There's also the
now before they need, but in order to afford them, they have to accumulate all the wealth, suck up all the wealth of the middle class, which means they have to bankrupt 80% of America.
Mm-hmm. And then also there's the speaker thing going on too. So if they, and this is a perfect distraction because we won't pay attention to what they're doing at the House. Same thing with the Senate.
It's also a lot of hands anyway, man.
But also, when all else fails, they take you to war. That's where we're at.
Yeah, exactly. That was my main point.
They did everything they could. They did everything they could to make us kneel to them.
Yeah, but my point is that they're setting the stage for one. Now, hold on. LMP's asked for a link, so I'm just going to shoot him.
Yeah.
One. I'm not sure when he's going to join us, so. But there's a lot of things they're distracting us from, particularly, but it's just when the government, when the government's losing, exactly, when they're losing power, they distract us with a war. But these wars are staged, set up decades in advance. They move people around, they move money around, they assassinate leaders. There was a indigenous leader in Brazil. He was connected to the Ecuadorian People's Movement, whatever. He was living in exile. After the execution in Ecuador, they came for him because he was some cousin or something. Just a guy on a motorbike, didn't just broad daylight, comes up, bang, bang, bang. And the thing is, all the bullets missed, right? It was just, the gunman just like standing there, like not knowing what to do, and runs away. And yet he wasn't caught by police. But the thing is, on the street corner was the bloody police station. 5 minutes before the shooting, all the police went inside. What a coincidence.
Yeah.
So if people think this is just confined to America and that America is exceptional and corrupt, no. It's in America, we can talk about these things. In most countries, you just can't. Not even in England anymore.
Yeah, because what happens is there are people who are very powerful. They would be breaking into our houses within 2 seconds.
There are people,
windows busted, us in handcuffs, and probably thrown in God knows what.
The thing is,
that's
in the 1930s, the gangsters were on the ropes. They were out of power in Italy. They were out of power in Germany. They were out of power in England. They were out of power everywhere. What happened? Well, they migrated to America and said, sorry, not 1930s, 1920s. They went to America and said, here, Franklin, here's some money. Put us back in power.
And it continued onward. I mean, you had all these powerful people. Now, not everything the mob do was bad, but the
No,
corruption
I'm not
is
talking about the
there.
mob. I'm talking about the gangsters. There's the difference, all right? The mob, they're the tail end, all right? They're just guys who see the corruption and imitate it to get ahead.
Ah, okay.
Michael Francis, the government mafia. That governments are acting like organized crime, and that's where organized crime comes from. It's the formation of governments.
Yeah, they're like, how can we do this? And then they look at organized crime and Al Capone. They're like, oh, okay, so maybe we'll make that work. Oh, we can bribe them for this. Yeah, put that on the list. Oh, wait, we can fund that. Yeah.
How do we control the media? Well, we'll create this thing called advertising. They advertise, which really doesn't pay for. Look, does advertise pay for itself? No. Most people who advertise lose money. Governments and big corporations advertise because it gives them control over the media. It doesn't bring them in extra revenue.
Also, look up Operation Mockingbird. That's what it led
Yeah,
to.
that's where the Mockingbird is. Oh, Mockingbird is. Oh no, we're not controlling. Oh no, we only have Walter Cronkite and a few on our side. Walter Cronkite wasn't a well-known person. No, they, like every other influencer, they created him. He was a media creation. How do we make him famous? We'll have him read the Kennedy assassination.
And yet not one prominent conservative is speaking out about that. Not one.
Nope.
Except
Uniparty.
Dice, but it's just him.
The Uniparty. You remember in Congress, when they talk about their freshman indoctrination, they shut the doors, bolt them, and play the Zabuda film uncut.
Yeah, I have a feeling that's what they didn't have to do that with Obama. They didn't have to do that with him.
No, he was like
he just sat there.
Clown.
Yep.
Glowy.
They didn't have to do that with Obama though, but I have a feeling they tried doing that with Trump. He told him to fuck off and
well, what do you think he had private security?
But we're on the brink, though, and we really need a pullback on all this.
Well, as I've said in my videos many times, we are living in revelations. The world, what we see going on and what we're talking about is not new. We see the world for what it is, but most people don't. Revelations isn't revealing what is new. Revelations is revealing what has always been. We are not fallen angels. We are animals aspiring to heaven.
Precisely.
Yep.
That is why
6 people over on Rumble watching. Say hey, comment, man. Like, holler back. I'm watching the Rumble, like watching and who's clicked and followers. Make sure you guys hit that follow button, please.
Hit the follow button.
Didn't you tell me the other day you had problems with? Didn't you tell me the other day you had problems with Rumble? You couldn't comment on my video.
Oh yeah, I had to verify my account or something.
I think a lot of people aren't doing that, or even when they do, it's still not verified for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't think a lot of people on Rumble. I think Rumble's a lot of casuals.
Well, yeah. I don't know. It's hard to tell. I like Rumble. And the men's room account's verified, so I don't have to worry about it. And I thought my personal Rumble account was done, but I guess not. Who knows?
mean, we got to be looking more to the stuff that isn't being talked about. And that, I mean, the more we reveal, I mean, I'm not, it's not rocket science that preachers aren't doing God's work. I mean, you've seen a lot of false churches lately, and we're just going to see more of them.
Yeah.
Because the government because the American government was created to see. If you look at the history of liberalism and liberal democracies, and I'm sure Late was there when Dracos was voted into power, and then immediately declared himself emperor for life. He wasn't the first. Dracos, Caesar, they were all Adolf. There's been a lot, not that many, but there's been a few instances of liberal democracies. France becoming the socialist dictatorship. Napoleon. They all see liberalism allows their enemies to thrive, and eventually who's ever got the most power, they just side with. That's why they fund both sides. That's why we have a uni party. They are sore losers. All they do, you look at China, okay? How many millionaires and billionaires are in China? Nobody really knows, but there's more millionaires and billionaires in China than there are in the United States. There's more billionaires in India than in the United States. And yet these countries point to you and call you greedy. Revelations, we fed them, we clothed them, we hired them, we gave them jobs. They steal our technology and sell it back to us. And yet, when we try to protect our economy, to protect our rights, we get called a racist because we won't share our toys. Why? Because the mob who scream about sharing and caring are allowed puppets of the middlemen. The middlemen don't care who makes it as long as it's cheaper. If it's cheaper, they'll buy it and then sell it to us. So the American manufacturer goes out of business. They don't care because they'll just source it from somebody else. Until we get rid of the middlemen, we do not have war. We do not have peace. We have this on again, off again, destructive chaos. Although the Bible tells us evil is forever, it's our duty to fight it. But so many people are goddamn lazy and complacent. Just send in the Marines. You do understand you have to fund them, train them, and it takes decades to train a proper soldier. You don't just send them to the battlefield and give them a cut lunch and a machine gun and say, yep, do your best. Because most people don't know the reality of World War II. And the fact that more people died on D-Day than in the 10 years of 14 years of Vietnam.
Have you guys been paying attention to what the Hamas guys are using to shoot? They don't look like your average AK-47s.
You mean the M4s?
Yeah. That's what. See,
did they come from Afghanistan?
Or Lebanon, or Obama's military aid to Egypt? Take your pick. Or aid to a certain yellow and blue country.
Yeah.
And yes, there are a lot of people out there who won't support Israel because of Pfizer, the Rothschilds, and many other institutions like the ADL, who keep calling us mean names. And then when we point it out, they gaslight us and say, no, you're the Yahtzee. You're the one who was in the university.
Yeah.
Boom.
Southern Poverty Law Center.
I wish there was audio for that.
The Southern Poverty Law Center created the KKK, people. That was a scam to set white people, a bunch of foolish white people up who were angry about blacks taking their jobs, which wasn't a conspiracy theory. They were paying, because it was legal to pay blacks less, white workers were being fired and replaced with illegals and blacks.
Was that the second version of the Klan? Because the first version, it was right after the Civil War because of all the northern carpetbaggers invading the South. And then that got shut down by, was that Grant that sent in the army to shut it down? And then it came back later.
Yeah, but the KKK has actually come back. The 50s KKK, the comeback was created in the Southern Baptists who were angry about the blacks and the illegals being given their jobs. And look, Lincoln's solution was, I'm not going to force them, but we should pay them to go back to Africa, because they're always complaining about how they were stolen from their homeland. Well, they still complain about being stolen from their homeland, but they won't go back to it.
Well,
because of the grift.
That was a big thing in the 70s, the back to Africa that went nowhere.
Yeah, because all the Africans who went over there said, no, they're meaner than us.
Yeah.
Those who survived, there was.
Those who went for a visit, you mean?
Yeah. Went for a visit and survived and came back, yes. I mean, there was a famous rapper who recently went to Africa and said, no, I didn't.
Yeah. It just I've become so cynical about anything that happens. It's like, well, okay, what are they trying to hide? What are they trying to get my attention away from? What crime are they covering up? Well, I mean, they're trying to take us to war. They're trying to
take us to war. Yeah,
there's no way I believe that they snuck up on the Israelis too. So it's like,
no.
What's the bigger play? You got to look at who really benefits.
Well, I reckon an Israeli general who recently disappeared has the answers.
Yeah,
because it was on his watch. He was the watch commander, and he sent the troops home, and he relied on the electronic border, which they're trying to sell to America. Yeah, look how well that worked.
Apparently, people who were monitoring it were reporting that there was activity and nothing happened for hours.
Yes, they were reporting nobody, because the watch commander was gone. The people to give the mobilization orders weren't there.
Yeah,
Israeli general disappeared.
Anybody in theater is replaceable, so they're not the ones that benefit.
No.
You got to look at people who are triple arm's length, right? It would have to go really bad for very long before they would even feel the heat.
Yeah, they could lose Israel and to the Rothschilds. It'll be like, a market turned down.
Yeah. Well, it'd be like McDonald's losing a single franchise to a tornado.
Yeah.
Pull the pin out of the map.
KFC closing 3 stores in Louisiana.
Yeah, they wouldn't. It's not. But they start losing one every other day for 2 years. Now it's starting to hurt.
Like KFC in most of the South.
We got a KFC here.
No, but they've closed 300 stores in the last 2 years.
Oh, shoot.
Over 3 years.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh, man, how long have you been standing there going, when are you going to let me in?
You know, you guys were having such a good conversation. I felt like I shouldn't have interrupted at all, but so I decided I was going to get out a few unsavory language before I joined the show. Hopefully none of it made it on stream.
Well, you're welcome to rant anyway. Master of rant, everybody.
Well, I'll say this. It's good to hear Channel Dad again, and I mean, I hope you're doing well,
Oh,
sir.
that's you, David. Everybody knows that. Hey, over on Rumble,
no.
Justin Hoggett has commented, Hamas Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. He
You guys
said,
hear me?
what did he say about
All right, then shut
Mark?
up. Hamas are using gyrocopters funded undetected by radar. Libya was set up as a state for former U.S. slaves. Today, it's a failed state.
Yep.
Correct.
Okay.
Johnsontown. Yeah. Is actually correct. I forgot about Liberia. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah, Liberia.
Yes. You know how they fund Liberia? All the US registered ships are actually Liberian. They pay their registry fees in Liberia.
Oh, wow.
That's how they skirt US laws on sanctions and buy oil from Iran and ship it to Mexico, and then Texaco brings it north.
Oh, man.
But as a geopolitical analyst, Mr. Sachs said the other day, the US can stop buying oil from Libya, Liberian oil, which is really Russian and Iranian oil, tomorrow, and it won't raise the price because the price is already artificially high by 50%. And he went on a great rant on explaining how government taxes, state taxes, fuel, and the high cost of transport artificially raises the price every year, non-stop. But the truckers aren't getting that money. The truckers are taxed. He said if we went to a flat tax system, a lot of things would drop in price overnight. But so would the stocks in Wall Street, and a lot of people would immediately rush to prop up Wall Street because they're 401ks, without realizing it, that you're not the ones profiting off your 401k. They are.
Hey, do y'all follow Stu Peters?
Nah.
Only when he shows up on Twitter.
Well, he popped up today multiple times today. And a few things I've seen, he's very like anti-Netanyahu. So he said Hamas puts out a video making it very clear that they will not attack women and children. Meanwhile, Netanyahu is indiscriminately blowing up Palestinian residential buildings.
Well, showing the link of the 260 bodies lying in the desert of women in various stages of undress.
Yeah, I mean they landed on a music festival out in the wilderness, out in the desert.
Many of whom included Russians and Germans who were pro-Palestinians, and there's a picture of a Russian woman in a Free Palestine shirt with the shirt, with no pants on. So that's what they think of your support Free Palestine.
Yeah, but the more I hear of Stu Peters, the less I like of him. He's just
well, he was really good for a while, and then it's like all of a sudden he's just so like angry about stuff.
Yeah, and he's only angry at one side, even when all sides deserve to be. Yeah. I think he's lost the plot and can't find it again.
See, a lot of people criticize the XXX movie, you know, when the guy does the rant, this guy's killed these guys and these guys killed those guys. And then, you know, I forget who it was, or they pick a channel, they all say the same thing these days. Oh, he's just making a stupid childish rant. Actually, that's the real mentality of an arms dealer. They don't care who kills whom, people.
Yep. Money's green and checks don't bounce. They don't care.
That's how it works.
They don't take checks in the arms industry, and often they don't take money. They take stuff
gold.
To resell, drugs, gold. Yep. Untraceables, humans. Look at the human trafficking look at the British expose into human trafficking in 2020. What happened in 2022? It all went away. The British government shut down that commission. Why? Because the country they were investigating suddenly became the good guys.
Can't have that happen.
Can't have it exposed.
And I want to know how many people that are complaining about whether it's they're complaining about Israelis killing children or Hamas killing children, wanted to shut down the human trafficking movie, or keep saying there's no human trafficking on the southern border,
Or that
and we're not
talking
investigating.
about
It's like,
anti-Semitism. Yeah.
yeah,
A lot of mental gymnastics that they still find absurd that they would, because it's been known for years, especially on the border, that
oh
that
yeah,
sort of thing existed. And all of a sudden,
decades.
because a movie came out, well, it's largely exaggerated. No, it
Of
never
course.
was exaggerated. If anything, the movie, I'll be honest, because I haven't seen the movie, but from what I have seen and what people have told me, I'm like, yeah, this sounds pretty accurate from what some people I've known who have crossed the border, made it to this country, what they've told me their experiences were like. And some of the
Yeah.
shit that if you do go online, I know YouTube sometimes takes them down, but there are places like Facebook where people do post videos of stuff that happened along the border, especially. You see some shit, and it is pretty disturbing. So, if anything, I think the movie probably kept it pretty tame, as far as I'm
Put it
aware.
this way. When Jeffrey Dahmer says he killed 128 people, I believe him. When actually, when it comes to serial killers, he's pretty much one of the most well-spoken of the lot. He was very articulate, very charismatic, and again, it cycles back to the lessons of the 1930s. Well-spoken, very charismatic, says all the right things that you want to hear, and it goes back to Pol Pot, Ho Chi Minh, all of them. And of course, June, one of the Frank Herbert, one of the reasons why he wrote June, same with 1984, was those authors could see these things unfolding and they wanted to alarm people without falling foul of the censorship that exists in society. And if you don't believe censorship exists, then why don't I get a book deal, despite no matter how many times I'm approached by I am approached by agents at least once a month, and they want a book deal, but they want people who are LGBTQ or women or anything that fits the politics of the day. If you're a straight white male, you have a 1 in 100 chance of getting a book deal. And even if you do, you know, look at the difference. George R.R. Martin gets 15 million, J.K. Rowling gets 100 million. You know,
But who had to basically start? Yeah, because wasn't she one of the ones that was supporting everything, every color, and every letter on the map, and then all of a sudden she suddenly started saying the right things again. All of a sudden,
that's
and going
right.
against it, and then all of a sudden now she got the backlash, but she's still cutting checks.
Yes, because she launders money for the establishment. That's what it's a big money laundering scam. I forget who said it. They had their channel shut down, but they were really like a Rage Against Machine or something. You know, talking about how Harry Potter's a farce, that it really didn't make all that money, and I think they just went too far. You know, they started getting conspiratorial without actually backing up evidence. But she did have 13 lawsuits against her. There were early interviews where she didn't even know Voldemort's motivations. Hint, it's the fear of death, right? He wanted to make himself immortality and found out the only way you could do it is by being evil. Okay? Which is ironically the core philosophy of a certain religion that nobody will talk about. Because if you do, they shut you down, YouTube. But most people in certain religions don't know what goes on at the top. They have no idea what the people at the top really believe. And I think the central theme of both June and 1984 and to more extent Animal Farm is leaders are hypocrites. They will do anything to get into power and stay in power. And they don't care whom they hurt Okay? Full stop. Torturing people they are so decadent that that they feel nothing. So in order to try and feel something, they'll torture somebody and try to wonder why they're feeling nothing.
Hey, did you guys see where apparently CNN faked some footage being in nearby where shelling was going on?
That's nothing new. They've been faking that for the last 2 years in
It's hilarious.
Ukraine.
That's hilarious.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I think it's. I don't remember with Ukraine, but I definitely know. I'm trying to remember what was the last time before that there was something that they did fake. It was another attack. I want to say it's the same place. I want to say it's still on the Gaza Strip, but I forgot what where I saw it.
Yeah, I did see that. They were laying in a ditch and all this, and you just see people walking around.
Yeah,
well, it's like the Weather Channel. Was it the Weather Channel that had the guy that was like leaning into the wind and all this and acting like, and then some people just walk by?
Yeah, well, walking behind.
Yeah.
That was a funny one.
ABC had that one where the woman was talking about the shooting in Chicago, and people walked past and they raced up and pushed the camera aside to show that they were in the ABC parking lot.
Wow,
I remember that. That was hilarious.
Yeah, that was funny, wasn't it?
My memory shakes. I can't remember if I saw that one, but
She set up the camera, and there she was alone. So people raced up and turned the camera around and showed the police tape and the ABC parking lot. Oh, that was so funny. But does anything happen to these people, no matter how often they're exposed?
Nope.
Why? Operation Mockingbird.
Yeah. Well, they might go away. Well, was it
Tubin?
Was it Dan Rather? There was something that...
Dan Rather? Yeah, he's been back 3 times, but he finally retired.
Well, there was... I remember it was all about... I think it was... They were talking about Ford's...
Fallujah.
On their pickup trucks, they had these sidewall gas tanks that they claimed would catch fire. I can't remember. And they did a T-bone collision, and the thing blows up, but then it turns out there was an explosive device in the door because you could see the smoke before the collision. They just kind of quietly sit on the sidelines for a year or two. They still get all their paid, and then they're back. Well, it's like what's his name? Baldwin is back after shooting that woman. Just lay low, keep it cool, play along, you'll be fine. And well, look, he's back.
Yep.
Please don't point at anyone or anything anymore, Alex.
No. If people don't understand this, there's 2 ways to advertise in this world. You pay off a bunch of people to fake it till you make it on the media, right? You pay off the media to go along, or you do something else so outrageous that the media has to pay attention to you. That's what Al Gore. I remember Al Gore back in the 70s when he was just a quiet spoken man standing on a stage saying, "We're not going to get attention until we're radical." And he was booed off the stage. But eventually he found a bunch of idiots who agreed with him. And it's been one big grift ever since. But no, good does not become famous in this world. Good does not get elevated to positions of power. Good does not get promoted. You do something good. Are you going to get a YouTuber to praise your material? Probably a few, but not people with a million audience. They want controversy. They want payoffs. They want paydays. And the ad revenue isn't enough. You want Oprah to promote your book? Pony up $150,000 and you'll get promoted, even if you're the crappiest book on witchcraft that comes out every year.
Yeah.
Well, I know music guys will be going through that because there's a lot of crap music and musicians I see nowadays, and I'm like, there is no way in hell you got on this far on talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the other way of getting ahead, by giving head.
Oh Lord.
Kamala.
So speaking of all that, it's time to go. It's 10 o'clock. It's Tuesday. We don't have the freedom of a weekend because we're trying to see how this goes on a Tuesday, and so far I don't like it, but we'll see. Down below is everybody's links. You guys can go check it out. David's got a book and a merch shop now, so go buy merch. Check out Internet's channel. Jesus, LMP. All right, see you, LMP. Bye. That dude, man, the audio is awful. I'm tired of hearing myself and
Sorry,
echo.
LP.
Anyway, check out Anime Night's channel. He'll be live on Sundays. I will be back Saturday morning, playing just as normal. Friday, I will be with the Podcasting Dead doing a Patreon podcast. So that'll be nice. Channel that Brian Lape. He will probably drop a video soon. He's probably out with his dogs.
No, I'm here.
Oh, wow. Cool. And David's
coming up.
And David's channel. Check them all out. All the links are down below. Check them out. We'll see you next time.
5 hours I've got an interview coming up.
Bye-bye.
Good day, sir.
Later, dudes.
Good night, Jim Bob.
Hell, I got to go.
Peace out.
Burn in hell, New World Order. Fuck you. You, New World Order. Fuck you, Bill Gates.